fact that you sold the whole thing.
Blood, sweat, and tears. When you sit
Like,
back and you build something.
there wasn't a way because you were saying that it was what
It was a okay.
vote out.
Let's say I'm not fully sure about this as far as to how many kids he has. I know he had two boys, or the one boy and the one girl. You know, the girl in at least in winning time, the girl was more involved with the team. So I don't know if he had two sons and a daughter. I can't remember, but it was not a unanimous vote amongst the kids to sell the property. It was a majority vote. So that means somebody in the room, one of the kids was like, Dad would not want us to do this.
And
This is
the
bad.
thing, like, I
We
would
shouldn't do
think
this.
that at the same time, it's like, why would, like, was there no way that you could split the shares? Like, hey, if you want, then hey, this sibling refuses, they don't want to, and I don't
I
want,
mean, this is actually, if you were going to sell the franchise, this is probably a really good time because you just acquired Luka Doncic. You're getting the one, arguably one of the greatest players to ever play the game, LeBron. I don't believe so. I mean, numbers are one thing,
and then
but heart
if you were put
and
the rules
integrity
back the same way
are
it was
another.
back then, I don't think so. This
He
new
is
group of
he
basketball
is what
people.
started. He is what started all of the players playing hot potato and switching teams every 5 minutes, which is why Kobe gets more respect. Mike gets more respect because he stuck with one team regardless of how bad or how good they were, and he got it out the mud with that one team as opposed to, oh, this team ain't winning, well, let me go over here with this team that's winning a little bit, and I know I can help them win a little bit more. We're gonna win a championship together, and then we're just gonna be the greatest of all time because we can just jump ship anytime we're not doing good.
Mm.
He the one that started that. So I'm saying you got one of the greatest players in LeBron. You get just acquired one of the greatest players in Luka Doncic. And if your stock, I don't think your stock could get any higher at that point, you know. So you already had the debacle with moving Anthony Davis. Not was it Anthony Davis? Yeah. No?
Yeah, don't
Not
get to
Anthony Davis.
me.
I forget. I think it was Anthony Davis though. It was Anthony Davis.
Thor got him. We're gonna need your
They
answer,
moved
sir.
him. They moved somebody to get Luka. They moved somebody. They moved one of the big guys that was very. I mean, if I was still playing 2K, I would know exactly what I think it is. Anthony Davis, though. But yeah, they moved him, and he immediately got injured right after they moved him. So I guess it was a good trade for the Lakers. But I mean, business wise, yeah, it's a good move. It's a good move, I suppose, for the money. $10 billion. I keep looking at it on this card, and it's $10 billion is a lot of money. That's a lot of chip, bro. That's a lot of chip. That's a lot of chip. You got something heavy after this, don't you?
I do.
All right.
I
Well,
do.
let me hit them one more with.
Okay.
Let me hit them with this. So, in other little stuff that I got going for you, I just hit you with quick jabs, and she hits you with the heavy. So, I want to let you know that we have the Transformers movie at the end of Rise of the Beasts. People that watched that movie may have noticed that they tied in a G.I. Joe element at the end of the film. And they tied in a G.I. Joe element at
It's
the end
that
of the
life.
film. And a lot of people were like, wow, okay, so they're going to take the two Hasbro properties, G.I. Joe and Transformers, they're going to put them together and do a movie. Well, for those people that were excited about that, me, it's not happening. It's not happening. Even though the Bumblebee movie did well and the other Transformers movie did well that had Anthony Ramos in it, which was, I believe, the Rise of the Beasts movie, they are going in another direction, and that direction that they're going in is back to Michael Bay. Now, Michael Bay, as you know, is responsible for Miami Vice with Colin Farrell and Jamie Foxx as Crockett and Tubbs. he's responsible for the first, what, 3 original or 4 original Transformers movies. So if you like to see the military propaganda and the military shown as the greatest thing ever and them fighting alongside the Transformers, if that's what you into, because that's what we all grew up on, that's then that's probably more of what you're going to see, which begs the question, if they give Michael Bay G.I. Joe along with Transformers, and that's basically what he was doing in all the movies anyway. What do you think Josh Duhamel and them was? What do you think Tyrese was? They couldn't call him G.I. Joe because they didn't have permission. But just imagine if you had made Tyrese Roadblock and made Josh Duhamel Duke. Tell me that don't work. That's exactly what they was doing. They had the military working with the Transformers, which is basically the G.I. Joe concept. So, I mean, it could still possibly happen. It's possible.
Right.
It's possible.
Okay.
All
right. So, as always, at the end, we talk about one person.
Break it down.
So we have the killing of Stefan Clark. All right. Oops, where are we at? Oh, that's the wrong part. There we go. The Sacramento Police Department stated that on Sunday, March 18th, at 9:18 p.m., 2 officers responded to a 911 call that an individual was breaking car windows. In a media release after the shooting, police stated that they had been looking for a suspect hiding in a backyard. They said the suspect was a thin black man, 6 feet 1 inch in height, wearing dark pants and a black hooded sweatshirt. A sheriff's helicopter spotted a man at 9:25 p.m. in a nearby backyard and told officers on the ground that he had shattered a window using a toolbar, run to the front of that house, and then looked in an adjacent car. Officers on the ground entered the front yard of Clark's grandmother's home and saw Clark next to the home. Vance Chandler, the Sacramento Police Department spokesman, said that Clark was the same man who had been breaking windows and was tracked by police and helicopters. Chandler said that when Clark was confronted and ordered to stop and show his hands, Clark fled to the back of the property. Police body camera footage from both of the officers who shot Clark recorded the incident, though the footage is dark and shaky. In the videos, officers spot Clark in his grandmother's driveway and shout, "Hey, show me your hands. Stop, stop." The video shows that the officers chase Clark into the backyard and an officer yells, "Show me your hands, gun." And 3 seconds elapse and then the officer yells, "Show me your hands, gun, gun, gun," before shooting Clark. According to the police, before being shot, Clark turned and held an object that he extended in front of him while he moved towards the officers. The officers said they believed that Clark was pointing a gun at them.